But first, pollster Frank Luntz recently convened a focus group of California voters and asked them to watch and dial the doctor's popular speech. Let's take a look at this.
Sean, the words of Benjamin Carson have really struck a chord with a lot of Americans. We're here in Los Angeles with a group of swing voters, and we want to know what they think of his language. But before we go to them, let's go to a clip that dialed particularly well. Remember, the red line represents swing Republicans, the green line swing Democrats. On the deficit and debt, man, does this guy score well.
Our deficit is a big problem. Think about it. And our national debt, $16.5 trillion. You think that's not a lot of money? Tell you what, count one number per second, which you can't even do because once you get to 1,000, you can't. It takes you longer than a second. But one number per second. You know how long it would take 16 trillion? 507,000 years. More than 500,000 years to get there. We have to deal with this.
Clearly that language connected. Now tell me, Dr. Carson, what was so powerful? Give me a word or phrase to describe him.
Passionate.
Articulate.
Sincere.
Bold and real.
Analytical.
Self-reliant.
Truthful. Sincere.
Believable.
Provocative.
Is this the kind of guy that you want to see in politics? Is this the kind of guy, why yes?
He's a guy he speaks his mind, and he's very open-minded and
why yes?
passionate.
He speaks for physicians, I think, basically.
I liked his sense of fairness. I felt he was very fair in what he was saying.
What is it about him that cut across partisan lines? You never see that in politics these days.
He seemed to care. He seemed to genuinely care about what he was talking about.
To me, he was just like me. He was just a regular, ordinary person.
Do you think that he was too aggressive? The president was there. Some people thought that it was inappropriate for him to say what he said. You're nodding your head no. You think it was appropriate?
I think it was appropriate because you have to hit on the topics that people want to talk about, and we can't keep candy coating everything. So,
and this is our country.
What does that mean?
It belongs to all of us, not just to the people in Washington. All of us.
Do you think that people in Washington listen to you?
No.
Do you think he listens to you?
Yes. He being?
Dr. Carson.
Yes.
So there's a language there. Keep going.
And like you said, it's un-American to bite your tongue, to hold back and not say what you think.
You guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. It's a good way to get out of the segment. Sean, there aren't many people right now who have the language to connect to the American people, whether it's American values as you speak of or common sense as she spoke of. But there's something about the doctor's message and delivery that really does connect across partisan lines. Very impressive. Back to you.
It sounds like Frank may have found some, Carson campaign volunteers.